Here we go. Hey, Jen, can you hear us? Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
What are you doing, pretty girl?
I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's
Oh,
bedtime in my time zone.
We'll see if maybe 7 our time won't work a little bit better.
This is fine.
Okay. Hey, Jen, are you there?
How's it going?
Good. I don't know. Okay. It's going good. How are you?
Good.
There's Derek. Say hi, Derek. You've never seen Derek, have you?
No, not in person, by phone.
Well, maybe soon, maybe this summer.
In Ohio.
In Ohio, maybe. We'll see. Okay, here we are. Hey, John. Are you naked?
You can't hear you yet. Doesn't look like.
John, can you hear us?
I've been out in the cold shop, so my nose is sniffly.
I can't hear you, dude. You're muted somewhere.
His face showed the stress of this video chat.
I know, right? The learning curve of it. It'll be okay.
25 seconds ago, she had the same face.
Oh, I did. I actually said a couple of bad words too.
We didn't hear them. So.
Oh man, technology is just so fascinating how much it changes so much, and it's just all over the place, and figuring out how to do this and how to do that. And when your business is online and all of this stuff, it's just kind of frustrating sometimes. Okay.
It's funny, it let me in the first time and then it bumped me out, and then I had to create an account and sign in with Facebook. So it was a little clunky at first, but it seems to be working well now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you're coming in good.
Yep. So
Sweet.
I know that Karen wanted to talk about nutrition, but what do you have questions on?
I joined because you were going to talk about what to eat before working out, and I do a really bad job eating anything before I work out.
Okay. All right. So if anybody has a lot of outside music noise, I'm going to mute you because it creates a lot of extra noise. So whoever's calling in 316 number, I'm muted.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Karen, how are you?
You don't see what I look like, do you?
I do. Nice hair.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Oh,
Whatever.
Huh? Oh, I look like this is my my busy face.
Well, this is I just got done running 7 miles face.
Well,
nice.
I didn't have time to take a shower face.
Me neither. It's all good. Okay.
Should I take it off?
The face? Your face? Don't take your face off. No.
No, but not me. You know what I mean.
I know. I'm giving you a hard time. You're totally fine. Stay right there. Hey, John, what are you doing? Have you figured out your stuff yet, dude?
If I could have done it, anybody can.
No. Okay, no, John. Hold on. Okay. You have it muted somewhere, John.
I'm doing
there.
Record.
If you're using, there he is.
Does that let me talk?
So you have video and audio together?
So I had video. There, I got video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't see you when he has video.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you called in?
Just scroll through the faces.
Are you called in? Okay. Here we go.
I don't see anything now. Oh, it goes away. The phone.
It's all good. So let's just get started. And Kate, remind me of what you just said that I said I was going to talk about. I know that sounds crazy, but all right.
It's okay. I do most of my workouts in the very wee hours of the morning. So figuring out how to fuel properly to have a good workout instead of just consuming everything afterward would be awesome.
Okay. Well, one thing, do you drink coffee before you work out?
No.
Okay, you just get up and get on the treadmill or whatever. Okay.
You bet.
For you, if you're wanting to go into it faster or whatnot, I would say definitely if you're running an hour or anything more, I would definitely I would be drinking my Infinite, and then I would be doing a little bit of base salts extra. Or I have been known to get on the bike and drink my coffee on the bike, but it has coconut oil, protein powder, collagen powder, and a little bit of creamer in it. So it's a meal in and of itself. My belly does fine drinking that mix on the bike. But I'm not
My belly can tolerate anything.
It won't tolerate
It's
anything?
more just the practice. No, it will. It can tolerate anything. It's more just the practice of like, what is it that's going to make me be fueled to be faster and stronger and get better?
I think that it's a mix of, you don't do proteins and fat digestion very well during workouts. It needs to be something quick, like something a little bit sugary. That's why the Infinite works really well, because it's pretty sugary. I don't mean in a bad way. I just mean that it's quick and it's easy to digest. Carbs digest the fastest. So, that's mostly what Infinite is. So I think you guys need to think about, when you're doing these workouts, two different things. There's hydration and then there's fueling. They're separate. Okay, hydration means I'm drinking water, but I'm drinking the right amount of sodium, taking in the right amount of sodium. If you don't do that, you feel like crap afterwards because you're low in salt or dehydrated or both. And then calorie-wise, if you're angry or a little sluggish, you're running out of glucose in your bloodstream, and so you feel kind of like hangry, angry. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, going through, when you're talking about high volume, that you need to fuel for all of these workouts if you want a hope of feeling good afterwards. So you got to kind of understand that per hour, you need a bike bottle of water per hour. I don't care what you're doing. So then that bike bottle of water needs to be supported with the appropriate amount of sodium. So that's either Infinite or you're base salting it up.
I had that terrible, when I was running last Sunday, I had a terrible experience. It was awful.
Well, you have to tell us now.
Well, my kids had a swim meet in the morning, and I ate like early. I had like some toast, and then I went to the swim meet. Then I ended up eating a protein bar and a banana, and that was like at 11. Then I finally got home, and I ran at 2:00, and that's all I had. And it was an awful experience. It was just, I couldn't do it barely. And so I was afraid if I ate, like, what do I eat in between that? I never know what to eat in between my workouts. And I did so bad. It was awful. And I was sick the rest of the day. I felt awful.
Right. I like Kind bars, Lara bars, Kind bars. When I can, when they're on sale, I buy them by the box and box and box, and they'll be everywhere. So I've been training and racing like that for years. So I know that the Kind bars, like, I can eat the salted caramel Kind bar anytime I want. I can eat it and right before a swim, and I won't burp it up. I can eat it anywhere. So what you have to do is you have to start trying things, and then seeing how they go, see how your belly goes.
No, because when I swam the other day, I had some tailwind. That's all I had around, and I was fine. I mean, I had no problems. But
Kate,
I
what do you eat between?
what do I eat between?
I was
Like
gonna
if
ask. I was asking Kate.
In between, as in like kids events and things like that.
Yeah, that, but also in between.
So like, there's never really a shortage of food. Even when I go to my daughter has softball on Sundays from 6:45 a.m. until 10 a.m. and that's become my long run time frame. So I have to be really proactive about packing something the night before because I've got to roll out of my house at 6 a.m. and be ready to run and fuel her and fuel me. So I've been doing like hard-boiled eggs and Kind bars or bags of peanuts.
like when you do your
just kind of
workouts,
anything to have something on hand. And
well, like when I work out, I do like swimming, and then right afterwards I'll do the bike. Like I do them both together in the morning, and my issue is like if I have a little time between those to eat something, I never know what to eat. So, because
I've always done bananas and Cliff bars.
yeah,
Bananas are good.
yeah.
Have you been experimenting with anything, John?
Or peanut butter and jelly.
Well, yeah, it's a good one. Oh, Crustables is good too. You ever try Crustables?
The only thing I've been messing with is different. I've peanut butter, bananas, some different nuts. I'll eat a handful of cashews, something like that. That's got a little bit of sea salt in it to help kind of balance the salts a little bit. I know you and I, Bonnie, been playing with the base salt a little bit, trying to get that dialed in exactly where we want it to be. So, especially on the bike. So, as far as, but the food stuff, I mean, I'm using the Infinite stuff. Karen, you asked me the other day about the mud.
Yes.
I use that.
I like that.
I use it in the morning. I'll mix my coffee with it, and it works good for me on a morning if I go run early. Sometimes when the weather warms up and I can get up and run outside a little easier, it doesn't seem to bother my stomach very much. So
the Infinite that's what's good about it. It doesn't ever bother my stomach. It's good.
Yeah, I haven't had any problem with digestive stuff with the Infinite. So
okay.
No, and I second the fact that the mud is great, and I mix it with almond milk and ice.
Really, it's good. I'm going to get some. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
I like it. I really like the peppermint.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Pardon me, my mongrel's in the way here.
That's okay. Is everybody there?
Yep. Okay. So, okay. The ideas are good. The principles, we need to understand them. And meaning, for a workout, when you're doing endurance stuff, I think that most of us need to go into these workouts not trying to lose weight with the workout. I mean, a little bit. So the idea is that, especially when it gets longer, so for those of you that are going into Eagleman long stuff, the long stuff is approaching here in a little bit. So the idea is that you're trying to get around 200 to 250 calories per hour. And that means, that's already low because most of us are burning 500 to 600 calories an hour anyway. John would be burning more because, he's just a guy and bigger than us. So that's a rough idea. And then, you go, so that's a principle on the calories, the fueling, and the easier, the better, but you experiment with what works the best for you. If you need to chomp a little bit, digestion starts in the mouth. And so I know that Kate knows this. I've told her this like all of last year and stuff. I use the base of Infinite. I supplement with base salts. And then I supplement again calorie-wise with Kind bars or Lara bars. I like Kind bars more because I have to chomp them more, but I only do I might do a third of a bar an hour, depending on how hungry I am or how hot it is or how my belly's going. Or if I'm hungry, I might be known to Kind bars like 250 calories itself. So just be mindful of that. And that's the fueling, the calorie side of it. I try to do that same idea before I start swimming. I try to prep my belly to have something easy to digest before I start swimming. I don't like swimming when I'm hungry. And if you get out of the swim and you're already hungry, you're already behind and you haven't even started the bike yet. So I like to either drink a bottle of Infinite before I swim, and that's after I've eaten a breakfast, like Amy's burrito or one of the breakfast burritos that I make. That might be 300 or 400 calories with eggs and a bunch of vegetables in them. So I've kind of fueled up the tank. So like if I'm getting up early to go to race day, the first thing that I'm doing is heating up that burrito and I'm stuffing it in my mouth while I'm getting ready for race day. And then I'm in the car and I'll be eating that burrito. And then when I'm doing transition, I'm drinking that Infinite bottle. And then that'll help me go to the bathroom before swimming. And so at that point in time, before I start swimming, the tank is full, right? My belly's full, but I'm not full. I'm just ready to go. And I have added in the quickest things possible closest to the race. So I didn't eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is fat and protein, right before I swim. You don't digest fats, and fats take 4 hours to digest. Protein takes in the middle like 3 and carbs take 2. So we need to be mindful of that when we're doing the peanut butter and stuff like that. That takes a long time to digest. And so that's the fueling part of it. So that's on race day, but I take that same principle and apply that principle to my day-to-day working out. If I am rolling through my day and I'm just flying by the seat of my pants with my hair on fire and I'm like, okay, I'm going to run today at, what did I say, 6? I was a half an hour late. And so I was over there eating something an hour and a half before. And I had picked something that I knew was going to be fairly quick to get in and out. And then I ate some base salts and I was drinking some water and some tea and stuff. So I'm being mindful an hour and a half what I'm doing before I get ready to swim or bike or run. And I'm kind of practicing everything that I do on race day. I'm practicing before I swim for just an hour. So get into that mindset, because then you can practice and be like, okay, yeah, I can do this coffee before. I mean, this is a whole meal. It's really good. And, maybe that's a race day, something that you do. You just need to practice it so you know that, yeah, it's going to mess up my belly, or no, it's not. And then the hydration side of it, you just kind of need to understand you need a bike bottle of water an hour. And you need the salt to go with it, however you're going to do that. That's proper hydration, because I bet that probably all of us are behind on mag and sodium, because none of us are eating out of a box, I don't think, too much. Does that make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that help, Karen?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'll just have to experiment. Like tomorrow I will.
One of the things that I used to recommend a lot, and I still do, I haven't been eating a lot of them, is Amy's burritos. Sounds weird. They come in, they're pretty clean. They come in a ton of flavors. Whatever you're going to do, it needs to be easy to duplicate. So I do those a lot, because you can shove them in a bag and take them with you. Or if you're flying to Cozumel or something, you can put them in one of those freezer bags and put them in your suitcase and not mail them to yourself, stick them in your bag. Because one thing you want to do when you're traveling is not do a lot of different things. So some of this stuff needs to be easy too.
I can't imagine eating a bean burrito before I work
That's what I
out.
was gonna say.
It's not a bean burrito. Amy's burritos are like they're the health food burrito of the world. They have a lot of different things in them. They have gluten-free versions. They're really good. They have
What do
all
you think of the, so you don't think the Crustables, those things are good? I did them last year when I did Eagle Man. I had Crustables.
I do, but they're really devoid of any good nutrients.
Value.
And so I know I don't eat like that. Long-term training wise,
No, I just
it'd be like eating a Snickers bar when you're bike riding. Well, no, it's worse than that because a Snickers bar has real food in it.
Good.
I love some natural peanut butter on wheat toast, though. Like that has always been my staple for years in the morning.
Right. We just need to be like, and some people, and this is where it gets a little complicated because like for myself, I struggle with diabetic type stuff, insulin resistance. So I have a hard time with eating things and pulling energy out of the food that I'm eating. So when I'm working, AKA racing, it needs to be a little bit easier for myself just because how I'm made. So like a peanut butter and wheat, that doesn't work for me because it just sits in my belly and I'll stick it in my mouth and then I'll spit it out. Right? I'm like, this isn't gonna work for me, and I know it's not. And right.
What about like protein? Like I have to have sweet stuff in the morning. What if I eat those protein pancakes? They're organic. I cannot eat normal. I can't like eat eggs and toast. It has to have like jelly. It has to be sweet. I don't know.
Right. Again, that goes by, Karen, for you, you're probably a little bit like me. You've got some hormone issues going on and some little bit of insulin issues, but sometimes we're wired different. So you have a similar makeup to him. I mean, you guys look like complex wise and stuff. So everybody's wired a little differently too on eating what they, needing more carbs and stuff. Like if a person is a fast burner, they'll need more carbs and more pancake type substances.
I don't think I'm
where I don't care for the pancakes too much.
So is that, so would you think that's a good, I mean, I usually make it with like, I'll put an egg in it so it's more protein.
Yeah. And what do you put in your pancakes?
We did an egg and then we've done
milk. I put milk in mine.
Yeah, we'll do some milk. I do like a G2 peanut butter powder or something.
Oh yeah. So that's not, I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, I stopped eating peanut butter and jelly in the morning and I switched to that.
Well, yeah, that's a good, in the spectrum of things, it's probably, closer to 75% perfect versus eating Captain Crunch cereal or, I mean,
I still eat that.
Right?
Yes.
Eating my Captain Crunch.
Oh, I know, right?
And we'll even make a bunch of extras and just put them in a Ziploc or something, and then I'll toss them in the toaster and eat them. And
yeah, and they're pretty good for on the go. I mean, you can even eat them cold, and then if you wanted to, you feel froggy and fold them up and put peanut butter on the inside of them, and then you've got, because what you want to do is you want to make sure that nutrient wise, macro wise, you need to couple protein and carbs together. So the carbs go in, the protein goes in, the carbs go in, the protein gets broken down into amino acids. You need those carb molecules to push protein into the cell. Mm-hmm. So, when recovering after long workouts and stuff, if you can put a combo in together of protein and carbs and whatever is easy to bring in and stuff, you get good uptake. And if it's easy, something that you don't have to digest too much in the very beginning after working out, that's better because you're kind of low in energy anyway at that time.
And then Then it's good. Protein pancakes aren't so bad.
No, they're not. They're like, I'd put them in the 75.
Yes. Finally, I've done something. Okay, good. I feel better. It's that one brand with the bear on it.
Yeah, that's what we use.
Yeah, and they come in, they come in like dark chocolate too.
What?
Yes,
Nice.
they do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, well, good.
Okay. What other questions do you guys have?
I have one thing. I'm not a big fan of the fast runs workout with the burpees.
That's where you don't eat protein before the burpees.
No, I made my kids do it with me today. Now they're staying away from me now.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Kate, did that help you?
Yeah, I just need to keep drilling it into my head and actually doing the right things, because I've been doing all the wrong things in February.
As far as fueling,
like eating Snickers bars. Yeah. Desperate times.
No, I get it, and it's kind of hard and it's time consuming to, be busy and then remember to grab the whatchamacallits, the eggs or whatever. I mean, I get it.
I know, and then
I cooked. I
Cooked
cooked a home cooked meal 3 days in a row, and that is my victory in life this week.
I know.
I'm pretty
right?
excited.
I was Martha Stewart Sunday. I cooked a casserole and chili and something else and hard-boiled eggs. And then the next day I ran out of the house and I jammed a hard-boiled eggs, and I grabbed a tube of base salts and I stuck it all in a Tupperware. and then my beets got in my base salts, and then now I have pink base salts. And it's just a disaster. But I ate
about right.
I know, right? I ate really well that day, though.
So the beets, can't tolerate beets. No beets.
By time Iron Man comes around, you will have ate a beet.
I'll deep fry them in pastry like a donut. Deep fried beets.
No. Okay. Other questions?
Is John still there?
I don't know.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. I think he had a dog thing.
Oh, I thought he was going to be on here.
I don't know if Jen's phone is on there or not, if she's still listening, if she wants to type a message if she has a question.
It's nice to see everybody, like, we're living people.
Yeah.
Instead of on Facebook.
Yes. Right. No, we're going to try to do this, and I'm going to see how easy it is to upload this so other people can listen to the ideas and stuff like that. So, okay. Well,
I just want to say, can I say one thing?
No.
I thought it was fascinating, and I know I read that book, right? Thanks. I keep talking anyway.
I know.
I read that book, that book Roar, and I said, it kind of made me realize how wrong I do things, because I think my body type requires more frequent eating and like fasting in the morning, then working out for an hour, then not eating breakfast for 2 hours after that. Like all of that stuff doesn't work. And it just kind of laid out a 1-day plan to make me really think about what to do and how frequently I should be eating. Mm-hmm. So if I can just figure out how to replicate that on the regular, I think I would feel a lot better and keep up the energy to go day after day and not need as many rest days.
I think so. I think that's a really good observation. The hormonal health, if we take a step back and just think about hormonal health, just like skin health, just like, gut health, just like anything else, we've got to, especially females and, of the breeding age, and we're trying to do this endurance stuff and then work and raise kids and do all these things. We really need to be a little more diligent about what we're doing, because we pay a price And we don't get a lot of help when we start paying prices. Like, you skip your period and your doctor's like, oh, whatever, right? But he's not telling you that your bone health is going to get affected. This is going to be affected. So we do need to be a little more diligent. So this is kind of why I'm trying to put together some resources and whatever it takes for us to do it a little bit better. We really need to be mindful of that.
What do you think of the recipe book that, what is it? Cook fast, eat slow. Which one? Which one I'm talking about? The two runners, the girls.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought that a while ago, and I don't know if it's, if it's a good or their diet, what they have on their meal plans and stuff.
Eating can be as simple as you need protein, you need carbs. If you do them half and half, protein, carbs, when you're grabbing food, apple, almonds.
Okay.
It just needs to be that easy. Clean protein, if it's an avocado or grass-fed beef, and better choices on the carbs, like, dark leafy greens versus, spinach versus leaf lettuce. Throw out the leaf lettuce. Beets.
Iceberg lettuce.
Beets versus green beans.
I like green beans.
But they're pretty devoid of any nutrient value, is my point.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My big thing, Karen, I just do Pinterest sheet plan dinners. If I can throw it all in a pan and throw it in the oven, it's gonna have vegetables and protein and be perfect.
Or like
that's what I'm sticking to.
Like crock pot, I put everything in the crock pot.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, is crock potting it up. Yep.
Yeah. Most of the time, it's a time issue.
Okay, absolutely. Well, and that's where kind of the green smoothies. So if you have a blender, you can make 2 smoothies at once. So that's 2 days worth of smoothies, or 2 smoothies in a day. Yeah, and if you're, depending on how many smoothies you're drinking, you've already got the blender dirty, so make 4.
So you're saying just drink 2 shakes of the green smoothie a day? If
you want, it's good enough. If you're putting all that stuff in there, and then you can put the beet in there.
I tried it without the beets. It's going to.
You won't even know it's there.
You really won't know it's there. You cook it like an egg. Scrub the dirt off of it. Buy organic. I'm serious. Buy the organic. Scrub the dirt off. Cook it like an egg. Peel off the outer layer, and then stick it in the smoothie. I promise you will never know it's there.
What about canned beets?
No.
If it doesn't come in a can, I'm not eating it. It's too much work for something I'm not sure about.
Yep. I know. I'll try. I promise that's going to be my goal.
Start small with the beef. Just to do a little bit in there.
I'll put a little bit.
There you go. What?
No, he's being a bad influence, right?
How am I being a bad influence?
He's training for Iron Man. She just needs to put the darn beet in there.
You don't put a frog.
Put the beet in there and don't think about it.
Water, the frog will jump out. You put a frog in room temperature water and then heat it up, and they'll stay in there.
Okay, Karen, you're getting moved to that coach.
Oh my God, I'm going to be eating everything. Captain Crunch, bagels.
Bring it on.
White bagels.
I need to try eating Captain Crunch on the bike. That sounds delicious.
Oh my God, it like sticks to your teeth though. You got that film in your teeth.
Hey. Hey. So then in Ohio, I'm going to have Captain Crunch, the peanut butter ones, in my fuel belt. And then when you go by, I can toss one at you.
When I'm dying.
When you're dying, right?
It'll probably be 95.
It will be hot. And it'll be
in Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, July. You're not doing Eagle Man? No.
No, that was my first 70.3, and I'm good on that one.
Yeah, this is my second time doing this.
Kate and I are going to race it. We're going to see who finishes first.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience.
Look out. I'm running 10 miles strong and feeling really good right now, and I haven't even started, so I'm coming.
Okay, fine. Fine. Somebody's going to have to be at the end to take the picture.
She's conning me into swimming a leg of a half Ironman.
Yep.
Nice.
In Puerto Rico. It's so, oh my gosh, I'm sure they're just weeping for you.
I've been doing
I
this.
can't go.
I'm going to get him to eat half a beet too.
If I have to eat a beet, you got to eat a beet.
With peanut butter on it.
I don't care what you put with the beet.
More than sugar, like you know.
Yeah.
Right now I'm fueled by Girl Scout cookies. That's my life.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Definitely the Samoa.
Did you see the cover of him on there? The Aquaman's on the front.
Yeah.
I saw that.
As if the Samoas could get any better.
I know.
Yep.
Okay, now that we've ended on Girl Scout cookies. Okay, so the principles, 250 calories or so an hour working out. You know, when you're getting into the 2-a-days, just start doing it and practicing it so your belly gets to practice. Experiment with doing stuff before swimming, you know, either drinking your calories like with Infinite or the coffee, like the bulletproof coffee kind of idea. However you do that, or the mud, same thing. The protein pancakes would be really good in the morning too, like eating that while you're driving to the gym or whatever. But just, you really need to be doing the sodium when you're working out.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are behind in sodium. I almost guarantee it. So when you're doing the bike bottle of water per hour, base salt it up, or it's the same as Himalayan sea salt. We just bought a 5-pound bag for like, I don't know, $7.
Oh, it's more than that.
What do you just lick it? Is that what you do? I don't even know how to use base salts. I've never used them before.
We're building a plan.
Yeah.
You just sprinkle it in your mouth?
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, because I don't know how to use them.
Electrolytes a little bit.
It isn't like a salt lick for a horse. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is. That's
okay.
Exactly what it's like. But that's kind of the principles, and then experimenting, like, do I do a kind bar before? I'm in the gym all the time, and sometimes I'm lifting right before I'm running. So I might be shoveling a kind bar in my mouth while I'm lifting. Or, you know, and I'm probably drinking my Infinite at the same time. I like to go into runs already have drank or done base salts prior to running, because I don't like starting the run and feeling like crap. So just an idea.
I have one quick question about if I'm doing a run and I drink Infinite, and let's say I'm going to swim, you can kind of use the same Infinite. You don't have to switch.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm using a run blend, and I'm using it for everything.
Okay, I just wanted to, because I have the bike and the run blend. I never know what, if I'm on the bike, I'll use the bike blend, then I'll go swimming. It's, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I have to swim first. I have to switch it.
Okay. So, all right. Anything else? Other question, Kate?
All good.
Okay.
I'm going to call you, Kate. I'm going to see, what did you eat today? No Snickers bars tomorrow, right?
No Girl Scout cookies.
No, my
Valentine's Day just made a mess of me.
I didn't buy any Girl Scout cookies this year because the Thin Mints is my problem too. I'll eat a whole sleeve.
My daughter sold 140 boxes.
If you were close to me, you'd have sold like 160 boxes because I would have bought them.
All right, so let's end this. If you guys have any questions, you could post the questions in the chatter in just the event thing, and I think it'll stay there. I think it'll stay there it's reoccurring for a year. So if you have questions, write them down. I'll try to keep track when you guys ask questions or whatnot. So, you can toss those in there somewhere. And then we'll just make sure that we get those covered. And I mean, we can run the gambit of things. I can do a little bit of yoga demonstration or show you how to do ART stuff. So just whatever we need to cover is fine. Okay.
Cool. Have
Ciao.
a good night.
Night,
Yep.
night. I'm going to bed.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Night, night.